Hey Maxleets, how do you work out with fitness equipment in your house if you don't have any fitness equipment? Well, I'm going to pick out three things that you can use in your house that will give you that same gym experience that you're looking for. Number one, people tend to overlook this, the towel. The towel is a really good item to use for your fitness. Now, it depends on how you use it, but you have to keep in mind the towel itself is a very tough material. So if you're pulling it apart, the amount of force that you're applying to that towel, granted, the towel's not going to go anywhere and you're probably not going to rip your towel apart. However, the muscles that you're activating when you're pulling that towel apart is what really gets worked. So what makes the towel a little bit different from, let's say, the resistance bands is that with the resistance bands, when you pull the resistance bands apart, the tension increases, and then when you bring it back, the tension decreases. With the towel, you're having constant tension. So if I'm pulling the towel apart and I'm moving my arms back and forward and back and forward, I'm essentially doing a row, and I'm doing a row with my muscles, my back muscles in this case, constantly under tension. And time under tension is definitely a good way to help develop strength when you don't have weights in your house. Number two, bottles. Bottles are a great substitute for dumbbells. Now, when we're talking about bottles, you can use something like the, Poland Spring bottle that you see, that 20 ounce, or you can get something a little bit bigger, like maybe a 1 liter. Now, what you put into the bottle is something that can really be helpful in this case. For example, most people tend to have rice in their house. So, if you put rice in the bottle, that gives it a nice, very heavy kind of feel. Granted, it's not going to feel like 10 pounds or 15 pounds or 20 pounds. However, it is going to add some resistance in terms of a feel of a dumbbell. So it might give you 5 pounds, but depending on the type of workout that you do, you could get a lot out of your workout based on the movements that you're doing with those bottles. And number three, furniture. Now, you got to be very clear and careful about what it is you're going to do. So for people who might be able to lift fairly heavy weights and you're used to doing something like deadlifts, you can perform a deadlift on the couch. Now granted, you're not going to lift the whole couch up, but you can lift one side of your couch when you're performing the deadlift. Now, this is going to be a whole different video in terms of how to perform a proper deadlift with a couch because you're only lifting one side. However, you still can do the deadlift with something like that. If that's too heavy, start with something smaller like a chair. So work on deadlifting the chair. If the chair is not something that you can use, get a duffel bag or some sort of other, maybe a shopping bag, put some groceries in it or put some cans, things that will give you some sort of proper resistance, and then you can do deadlifts with that. You can do a whole host of other exercises as well, but at least you have some things in your house that will give you resistance. So just to recap, for starters, you got the towel where you're getting constant tension. You've got bottles that you can substitute as dumbbells. You can put rice in them. Another thing you can also put in there that I didn't mention, you can put sand, and even better, if you get wet sand, that'll make it even heavier. So that can give you some great resistance there as well. And number three, furniture. So really focus on getting those items and see how they work for you. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Remember, if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, you max your life.